I'm Deb Washburn, and welcome to Sunday School today. Today's story takes place in Egypt. In Bible times, Egypt was a large empire run by the Pharaoh. The Pharaoh had authority over everything that happened in Egypt. Authority means that being a leader and he was in charge. So in our story today, Joseph goes from being in jail in Egypt to being in a position of authority. I wonder how that happens. Let's open in prayer. Dear God, thank you for being with Joseph when he was in jail. Give us the confidence and authority to share your love with others. Amen. All right, time for the video. Today the kids are going on a wilderness hike, but their leader, Chet, leaves them alone. Let's see what Otto does when he's declared the new leader and given authority.
All right, Junior Covenant campers. Excellent job on our wilderness hike. Let's see about setting up tents to... Merriweather, what are you doing here? It's from my mom. She's leading all the older kids on a hike before we all make camp. But they've been trapped in a tree by coyotes?
Coyotes?
Yep, I have to go.
Oh, but you can't just leave us out here.
Right. Everyone will have to head back to the church until I return.
Hey! Oh, wait, Chet. We can't go back now. We've come all this way. We've got to learn to live off the land and stuff.
Well, if you think you can handle it.
Absolutely.
All right, Otto. You're in charge while I'm gone. I'll be back in a jiffy.
I'm in charge? I'm in charge of the entire camping trip. The coolest person here. I'm Commander-in-Chief. Everyone has to do what I say. I have the power! All right, everyone. The first thing I want to do is...
Whew. I'm hungrier than a hungry person at a hungry convention.
We should probably have dinner. Right you are, Ada. All right, everyone. It's dinner time. Eat up. Your leader commands it. What do we have to eat, Mr. Leader? Please, Clara, you could call me Mr. Leader Otto. And as for food, did anyone bring any food? I brought a nut-free, gluten-free, fiber-free protein bar. Great. I order you all to share that. That's still not enough food. Shouldn't we be putting up our tents before the rain or darkness or locusts get us?
Otto, it'll be dark soon. Should we build a fire or something?
Oh, no. Fires are dangerous, but we run the risk of freezing without one, which is also dangerous. Otto, which is more dangerous? Wait! Slow down, everyone. How is this all my problem?
Well, you are the leader, Otto.
Yeah, but that just means I get to tell everyone what to do. But you're also responsible for the people you're in charge of. But when do I get sunglasses and a cool throne?
What?
When I imagine being a leader, I got sunglasses and a throne.
Sunglasses and a throne aren't going to help you make decisions, Otto.
But what if I make the wrong decisions?
Well, we won't know until you try.
And I'm so hungry I could eat my hat.
You already did.
Oh.
All right, team. Let's all head back to the church and make some sandwiches.
Okay.
Oh, Captain, my Captain.
You got it, Mr. Leader Otto, sir. Okay, Otto. Maybe you'll get the hang of this.
Okay, now pause and answer these questions with your family. Today we're reading more about Joseph. Joseph's brothers had sold him to traders, and the traders took Joseph to Egypt. When our story starts today, Joseph is in jail, and while in jail, Joseph uses his gift of interpreting dreams, and when Pharaoh finds out about that gift, his life changes. All right, Joseph in Egypt. This is Genesis 39, verses 20 through 41. Pharaoh was sound asleep. He dreamed of cows and grain. What do you dream about? The next morning, Pharaoh groaned, I don't understand my dreams. 7 skinny cows swallowed 7 fat cows. 7 thin ears of grain swallowed 7 plump ears. As Pharaoh's cupbearer listened, he remembered Joseph. When they were in prison together, Joseph listened to the cupbearer tell about his dreams. I dreamt I pressed 3 branches of grapes into Pharaoh's cup, the cupbearer told Joseph. Joseph understood the dream. Oh, in 3 days you will be freed from prison. Remember me when you see the Pharaoh. Now the cupbearer ran up to Pharaoh. I know who can tell you what your dreams mean. Clink! The jailer unlocked the prison door. Tug! Joseph was pulled out of prison, and he shaved his face and changed his clothes. Push! Joseph stood in front of Pharaoh. Pharaoh told Joseph about his dreams. Fat cows, skinny cows, plump grain, thin grain. What does it mean? He pleaded. God is telling you something important, Joseph said. Egypt will have 7 years of good harvest with lots of food. But then there will be 7 bad years with almost no food. That's awful, shouted Pharaoh. What will we eat during the bad years? Store food during the good years. Eat it in the bad years, Joseph said. Pharaoh was amazed at Joseph's words, and he put Joseph in charge of storing food in Egypt. The next Bible story is called Joseph Forgives His Brothers, and it's from Genesis 45, verses 3 through 11 and 15. Pharaoh made Joseph a governor in Egypt and put him in charge of preparing for famine. Joseph knew they needed to store food for 7 years. Now Egypt was prepared for when no crops would grow. Joseph's brothers in Canaan were starving. Their stomachs grumbled. No food anywhere. They traveled to Egypt to buy grain. Step, step, step. Joseph stood in front of his brothers. They bowed low to Joseph, the man in power. His brothers didn't recognize him. Don't you know me? Asked Joseph. No, we don't, they said. They wondered why the governor would ask them this question. I'm Joseph, your brother. You sold me, Joseph shouted. Uh-oh, thought Joseph's brothers. We're in big trouble, and they turned to leave right away. Wait, called Joseph, don't be afraid. The brothers stopped. You sold me, but God brought me to Egypt. God is in charge. Joseph's brothers couldn't believe what Joseph said. Why would God do that? Levi asked. Don't you see, exclaimed Joseph. God sent me to prepare for the famine. The brothers looked at each other. Do you think it's true? Do you think he might forgive us? They whispered. Joseph stood closer to his brothers. Then he gave his brother Benjamin a big hug. Look, said the other brothers, Joseph's not mad. God had a plan. All of the brothers hugged Joseph. God's good plan meant that there would be plenty of food for all of Joseph's family. Okay, now pause and think about these questions. All right, guys, time for your corn activity. So in your packet, you have got a page like this, some corn husks that you can cut out, and then a bag of little corn kernels here. I think they're popcorn. So what you need to do first is glue on your corn husks. Need some handy dandy craft glue somewhere. And glue those on, like so. There you go. So you have the corn husks on, and then you can fill in the inside with those little kernels of corn. And of course, this symbolizes that part of Joseph being in charge, or the authority of rationing the grain, of which corn was one of. Ooh. And it's going to take a while for that to dry, probably, but when you're all finished, it'll look like this. All right, here's our ending blessing. God blesses all of us, and that means me, and that means you. Go and bless the world. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.